Welcome. Welcome to Walking the Path. I'm walking the path. Right now, I was walking the path of a little confusion, but everything's cool. Everything's good. Everything's going. Yes, everything is going. We are so grateful and so thankful. I'm so grateful and so thankful to be here. Hey, Nikki, great to see you. Hello, Dolores. Welcome, everybody. So grateful. Today is Thursday. It's Walking the Path Day, and it's Thanksgiving in the United States. We don't really celebrate Thanksgiving down here in Costa Rica. There's a lot of American expats that are down here, and so we are having a little bit of a Thanksgiving celebration. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving, but before I talk about Thanksgiving, I want to talk about Rythmia because we're here at Rythmia. I'm at Rythmia and teaching the integration class today. Hey, Colette, teaching integration today and just witnessing another amazing week here that people are connecting with themselves, connecting with a part of themselves that they have not been able to connect with in a long time, connecting with feelings, connecting with memories. So many people I talk to come here and I do one-on-one integration coaching after plant medicine. And a lot of people, just last night, I was coaching a group and one of the guys said, I'm feeling sadness in my meditations. I said, well, we talked about being with it, et cetera. And he goes, you know what? Ultimately, though, I didn't feel anything before plant medicine. So it was like, oh, this is a celebration. Even though it's sadness, it's like I'm feeling something. I'm connected with myself, with a part of myself that I didn't want to connect with previously. Um, I have another client that came to Rhythmia and didn't have any childhood memories before. And now, weeks after, months after, childhood memories are starting to return. Connecting with ourselves, connecting with the part of ourselves that we've disconnected from, cut off, dissociated from. This sacred plant medicine, this sacred ally, is incredible for helping us connect with ourselves. And Rhythmia is incredible for the program that it offers. The program, the classes, the holistic approach, the medical doctors, everything is here. It's so well done. If you have any questions, check it out. And now I want to talk to you about Thanksgiving. So, first thing that came to me thinking about Thanksgiving was, and I hesitated to talk about this because some people might not have this memory, but I have really great memories. I was the last of 6 kids, and we were very close to each other. We had a close family, and there were 6 of us, 8 with mom and dad. And then as everybody got older and brothers and sisters got married and they had kids, pretty soon our immediate family was like 35, with husbands, wives, and kids. And from like me being a little kid just with my immediate family and growing up and having, these big dinners. My mom were of Lebanese parentage, so my mom would cook some Lebanese food, some traditional American Thanksgiving food. It's kind of a mixture of American and Lebanese Thanksgiving. And I was just so grateful for those memories. Sitting and, remembering the smell of the turkey, cooking all night, and mom and dad getting up in the middle of the night to check on it in the oven. My mother and father, we prepare for 35 people. It's like having a buffet, a party, like we were preparing for days in advance and setting things up. And there was always so much preparation. And then right before everybody would arrive, my mom would say, stop for a second. And she'd ask us to experience what she called the sacrament of the moment, which I love. Now I think about it, I'm like, wow, my mom was really cool. The sacrament of the moment. Really what she was talking about is the present moment, this moment, right now. Just like we've been doing all this preparation. We've been running a million miles an hour, getting ready. And now it's the moment before everything starts. Let's stop right here and experience it. So maybe that's the thing I want to start with today is to stop and experience wherever you are, whatever you're doing, no matter what it is. Maybe you're not having a big family get together. Maybe you're estranged from your family. Maybe you're with your chosen family. Maybe you're alone. Whatever you are doing, stop and experience the sacrament of the moment. For this is life, exactly as it is, just as it is. And our ability to accept and discover the beauty in this moment just as it is without intervening it, fully experiencing life just as it is without mitigating thoughts, opinions, judgments, perspectives, points of view, just as it is. This is something to give thanks for. This is Thanksgiving. So that was the first point, to be in the sacrament of the moment. The second thing that's bubbling up in me to share with you is, what's underneath Thanksgiving. Like, I remember being a little kid growing up in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona. We, it was the 70s. And I remember the Indians and the Pilgrims, they'd have us take cardboard paper and make hats with feathers, but the feathers were, colored cardboard or construction paper, not cardboard paper, construction paper, and make a turkey, and we'd learn about the Indians and the Pilgrims. I don't know how much truth there is to that story, but as I recall, the indigenous people helped the white people out quite a bit. They were like suffering big time in this new land, and they had no tools to weather it through. Like, they just weren't prepared for the harshness of what it took to survive after leaving England. And it was the indigenous that helped. That's what I remember the story. I didn't have time to research it before I came on today, but as a kid, that's what I remember. And then, of course, now what I know as an adult, the history of the manifest destiny in the United States, the complete usurping of individuals' land, culture, the whole thing, and the continued separation and isolation with which the continued separation and isolation with which we continue to move. This is my cousin calling to wish me a happy Thanksgiving, but I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So 1 second. So obviously my cousin isn't watching my live. I got to call him and say, where the hell were you? You should have been watching my live. Then you would have known not to call me right now. So from this like ideal past of two people coming together to support each other, to help each other, to how one group of people overtook the other and supplanted the other, suppressed the other. What we want to look at today is how we can remember the truth of how we don't do really anything alone. We really are aided in so many ways by people, unforeseen aid and assistance that nobody could have really imagined would come their way when we needed it most. And that it is a reminder for the humility to recognize that we're not lone rangers, that no matter how independent, hyper-independent, and self-reliant we are, we're not in isolation. We are connected to everything and everyone. We are connected to everything and everyone. We are one. We are part of so many systems, so many environments, ecosystems, whatever you want to call it. that we really are connected. The butterfly effect, we think of the butterfly effect. That what I do here causes, a little bit of a butterfly flapping its wings over here causes a typhoon somewhere else, as things amplify in the connectedness of everything. So on this Thanksgiving, a humble remembrance of how connected we are, how interdependent we are, how we don't think about it, but we have huge systems of cooperation right now. Like, to think about billions cooperating to create international trade, distribution. These are agreements with people, a trust that we have with people we don't even know. We trust these people, these truck drivers, these boat drivers, all the people that are doing the work to bring us food. We trust them. We trust police, doctors, nurses. We don't know them personally, but when we need them, they're there. And we trust them in certain situations. We are cooperative social beings in a cooperative social organization and organism, and we're connected. It takes so much for us. Think about what it takes just for this opportunity right now of me getting to speak to you in a room in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, broadcast all over the world. That's right, worldwide. John Jacob Worldwide. Broadcast all over the world. All of the technology that had to go into all of the teams, all of the engineers, the person who first invented, and then all of the perfection, the computer, the camera, my phone, the lighting, the tripods, the air conditioning, the building, the couch, like all the stuff that had to happen for this, all the things that had to happen, all the actions that had to happen for this studio and this moment. And you might be sitting in your house alone, feeling very lonely, thinking that life kind of sucks. But right underneath our nose is the realization that the couch you're sitting on, that everything in the room that you're in, and your ability to even watch this on a computer or on your phone, is the result of many, many concentric systems that had to be there to support you, to get you what you want. And that is the nature of the universe, that everything really is working together for your good. Now, it's always happening. Most of it happens in an ad hoc manner. If we could consciously direct this energy to bring us what we want and really know the true and good desires of our heart, we would be super powerful. We are super powerful, creating all the time. We're always creating. Most of us are creating what we don't want. But we are consciousness. I was watching a really interesting interview yesterday, and it was about how expanded consciousness increases our ability to choose. It was on Reverend Michael's podcast, Take Back Your Mind. I can't remember the guest he was interviewing, but the author's book is Consciousness is Everything. And Reverend Michael was interviewing him, and they were talking about how, limited perspective, limited awareness gives you limited choices, and the example was, if I have an apple seed and I plant the apple seed and I get an apple tree and now I have lots of apples. And then one day I go, I don't want any more apples. I'm really tired of eating apples. I'd like mangoes. Well, limited perspective says, well, I got an apple tree. I can't do anything. I don't have any choices. Maybe I could plant a mango tree. It would take a long time. I don't know. But as your consciousness expands, as your awareness expands, and there's a distinction between consciousness and awareness, as your awareness expands, you realize you have more choices. Oh, I could take my apples to the market and sell them for money and then get the money and buy mangoes or whatever else I wanted to eat. but that's only through the expansion of our awareness. And so we have this capacity. We have this ability to continue to expand our awareness and increase our choices. And the more awareness we bring through consciousness, the more choices we have, which means we're more powerful. We can actually choose what we want, creating the life that we want. It's what the ancient sages have been saying all along. And the truth is, the work that you are doing in your meditations, in your breath work, in your plant medicine ceremonies, in your mindfulness, in your daily practices, is expanding your awareness, and you are arriving moment by moment, breath by breath, to a greater ability of choice. Choiceability, your ability to choose. Responsibility, your ability to respond. You can choose various ways to respond. So, is that where we want to go? Is there a little bit more to talk about? Are you guys down for a little bit more? I don't know. Let me know. Oh, Shelly, I love you too. Thank you. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come through. Love. I think love is the final thing to come through. That today, as we give thanks, thank you, Susan. It's like more and more. I love you, Susan. As we give thanks today, I'm reminded to tell you about love. That love is all there is. That the universe is based on free choices. We have free will, but our choices create constraints in the future based on our choices. So what I want to tell you is, don't withhold love from anyone. Don't ever withhold love. Don't withhold love from yourself. Don't withhold love from another. Loving another does not mean that you're a doormat. Loving another does not mean that you are mushy and sugary sweet. Loving another, in essence, is to see the truth of who they are, even if they can't see it themselves. Loving another is knowing the I am presence, the spark of consciousness, the very life force itself that is the divine, is within everyone and everything. And that we are connected to everyone and everything, that we are one. So that loving another, being kind to another, being gracious to another, is loving yourself, is being kind to yourself, is being gracious to yourself. And so, as you know, if you're celebrating with family and friends today, and maybe things get heated at the table, I'll leave you with this: acknowledgement does not mean agreement. You can acknowledge another's political perspective or opinion, social opinion or perspective, without agreeing with it. You can acknowledge it. People love to be acknowledged. They love to feel heard. And it allows you to be curious about what they're really thinking, and to find some common ground with your friends, family, and relatives today. To just find common ground. What are the things we have in common? We all want peace. We all want safety. We all want the opportunity to grow and expand, to be successful, to experience prosperity, to choose what we want to choose, to follow our inclinations, to do what is to our liking. This is freedom. We can all agree on some things. Let's find our common ground today and love each other as we would love ourselves. But here's the thing. So many of us don't love ourselves. So many of us don't love ourselves at all. So no wonder we can't love another. So today, give thanks for how beautiful you are. Give thanks for your beautiful self, your beautiful soul, just as you are, flaws and cracks and all the stuff. You're beautiful. I'm beautiful, just as we are, just as we are. Not one thing wrong. Nothing to fix. Nothing to fix. the acceptance of ourselves just as we are is the greatest transformation of all. So this is our walking the path today. I'm so grateful and so thankful to be with you all. Happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate you more than words can say. I'll see you next Thursday at the same time. Cheers and blessings.